There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Nets, right there in 5th position, middle of the pack in the conference. And, of course, the Celtics, a game and a half out.
And I think for Boston, they haven't attracted any serious attention here in the early season. It's been the kind of average start that most had predicted.
I do think they're capable of more than what they've given so far. If this coaching staff gets them right on track, and once they get a few more games under their belt, the wins will start to come.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin Durant said his days of trying to prove himself through basketball are done. He said, walking around with a chip on my shoulder is not my thing. I'm more relaxed and letting these days flow. I'm the best version of me. I don't need to prove who I am. I've been in it for too long. Kevin, this is a guy who is finally comfortable with himself.
All right, thanks, D.A. Conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these two rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Walker and Smart, the guards. Daniel Tice out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Tatum in at the 3, the small forward. And looking at the Nets, Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Wilson Chandler out there with Durant. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Durant, no good. Smart deciding where to go with it. Out to the right wing. Celtics passing it around. Here's Walker. The rebound by the Nets. Here's LeVert. 11 points for him in that last game against the Celtics in Boston. Count it.
Well, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
Here's Walker, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Outside Durant. Doesn't go for him. And the Celtics going the other way now, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought, Greg, they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
And you look at Jason Tatum able to play either forward position. Doris, do you think his future is at the 3 or at the 4?
I think he is interchangeable at either position because his scoring can be devastating. For Jason Tatum, it's really a matter of making sure he continues to gain strength, continue to be a force and factor on the defensive end, and probably enhance his footwork around the rim a little bit.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Well, the former number 3 pick in the 2017 draft, Jason Tatum has been nothing short of amazing as a young gun in this league. What a star on the rise.
And so Tatum nails them both.
Well, the big expectations for the Celtics going into last season never translated to the success many thought they would have. The vast majority of experts predicted that the Celtics would be in the NBA Finals. They were unequivocally, I think, the most disappointing team in the league. They just couldn't put the pieces together.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And it's Walker penetrating, and he banks in the layup. And Doris, the depth of talent for the Celtics. In the end, it was their undoing.
100% right, Kevin. Too many players were unhappy about their roles. Too many guys felt like they could be doing more and could never adjust. As a group, trying to stay upbeat and connected with that amount of talent proves something the Celtics were incapable of doing. It draws more attention to the Warriors' sustained success. Their ability to make all that talent work was impressive.
And here's Walker. Following the three from Kevin Durant. Pass to Tatum. Lets the three fly. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Tatum's got 5 now.
Well, Jason Tatum with the answer from 3. That's how you stop an opponent's momentum.
Chandler against Tatum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Brooklyn shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Doris, teams sometimes struggle right out of the blocks. When do they generally hit, in your opinion, the panic button?
Well, let's hope the panic button doesn't get hit for anybody, Kevin. But the one thing that would concern any team, obviously, is injury to a star, either an established star or a rookie they're trying to get good minutes for. But, boy, if you're hitting the panic button this early, look out.
But the one thing is, Doris, you can really kind of rectify the situation because of the length of the regular season.
No doubt, Kevin. An NBA year affords plenty of opportunities to find your footing.
At the top of the key, Durant. And again, it's the Nets missing. KD against Tatum. Some solid defense there from KD. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Boston Celtics.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
Here's Walker. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Tatum with it. 17 points for him last game against Brooklyn. 5 on the clock. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Tatum. 6 points for Kemba Walker.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside, KD. Misses the 3.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Drops in the layup for 2.
How about Marcus Smart? Keeps his balance even with the defense in his grill. That is really nicely done.
And here is Irving. Coming off a stellar performance against Boston. Passes it to KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Durant's got 12.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Walker in the post, covered by Irving. In the corner, Smart with it. Outside, Walker over Irving. Walker's shot is off.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
No good, shot missing. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Lets it go from 14.
If you're going to play for this team, you've got to be willing to mix it up on the defensive end. And Jason Tatum gets in the space of the shooter. That's nice.
LeVert against Walker. LeVert the pass to Irving. To the inside. It's deflected. Here's Durant. Makes it off the glass. He's got 14. Boston trailing. Now here's Walker. 17 points in his last outing. Pass to Smart. Six to shoot. That's a two-pointer from Walker, and that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's LeVert. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
At 6'7", Karis LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. And then for Boston, Robert Williams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Gordon Hayward comes in for Daniel Tice. And it's Brown in for Smart.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
And Greg, one of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Here's Hayward, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Allen's checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Well, Gordon Hayward obviously still working his way back to peak form. Let's remember, this guy was an all-star in 2017. We know he can be a franchise guy.
Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
And here are some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. DeAndre Jordan is second.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
And all with an outstanding work ethic as well. Constant effort and motion, always doing whatever they can to get the best possible position and the ultra-high percentage shot.
That free throw missing. And Doris, you talk about when Gordon Hayward is playing his best. What makes him, in your mind, so special?
Well, when he's right physically, he can be a go-to offensive weapon, Kevin. This guy is the true definition of triple threat, right? He can pick you apart with his passing, with his shooting, and also off the dribble drive. Boy, when he's right, he is tough to stop.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Dinwiddie dishes to Jordan. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, DeAndre Jordan making his presence felt at the offensive end. Nice.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And free throw shooting, not necessarily one of his strong suits, only about 70% on the season.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. This is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Now, Dinwiddie. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. The pass to Harris. There's the dish to Allen. Knocked loose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Prince. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And here's Walker outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Walker's got 9.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Harris passes to Jordan. Dishes it to Dinwiddie. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. 5 points in the game.
Well, Dinwiddie is a very capable mid-range scorer. You love to see him find his rhythm.
Here's Walker. 9 points in the game so far. Brown outside. Back to Walker. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Brooklyn leading by 5. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Allen against Hayward. Allen passes to Dinwiddie. Misses the jumper. Celtics trail by 5. To the middle. Here's Hayward. It's hauled in by Harris.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Jordan. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Prince, the pass to Jordan. Over Hayward. And nothing but hair on that one. To the paint. Here's Brown. And he gets the bucket. And now just a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Pass to Allen. Five to shoot. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Oh, my goodness, Kevin Brown finishes off the drive, not simply laying it in, but a message of authority on the dunk.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Brown against Dinwiddie. Harris outside. Passes it to Prince. Can they get it? The rebound by the Celtics. Williams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Brown with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. And you look at Jaylen Brown, the 3rd pick back in 2016. Doris, tantalizing strength and athleticism.
Well, the absolute definition of a perfect basketball body. Excellent first step. For him, it's all about aggressiveness, bringing those tools to bear in terms of your basketball skill.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys.
Rodion Kurucs, he's checked in for the Nets. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
One of the things I love about the Brooklyn Nets is the culture that's being created with this franchise. They are punching above their weight. There's no quit in this team. There is so much to like.
Pass to Prince. Allen up top. Harris passes to Kurucs. Shot clock at 6. They could use a bucket. And Boston with the rebound. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the first. Floats it up for Williams. Hammers the alley-oop through.
So explosive around the basket. Williams, when the pass is on target, expect him to finish with the rim rattler.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Harris passes to Kurucs. Allen left side. Poirier grabs the miss.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. In the corner, it's Hayward. Allen with the rebound. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Well, catch and shoot. Is that Joe Harris's specialty? I think it is.
For 3, Hayward. That shot, no good. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Boston on top, ending the first quarter on a 14-6 run. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small. We can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Then it's Williams. And it's Poirier in at the center position. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Nets trail by 3. Dinwiddie outside. The pass to Harris. He dishes it to Allen. Kicks it to Dinwiddie. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Dinwiddie's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie is very capable from deep. Don't let him get hot now.
Here's Wanamaker. Dinwiddie covering. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the Celtics last season mourning the passing of the great John Havlicek.
You know, Greg, he spent his entire career with the Celtics. He won 8 titles along the way. He was known as one of the great competitors and a class individual. His legacy undoubtedly will live on.
The first one falls. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
The Celtics with the lead. Left side, Smart. Comes up empty down low. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. And the Nets making a change here. Irving's checked in. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Allen, and the layup is good. Allen's got his first 2 points.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
Pass to Wanamaker. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Fast break, here they come. So they take the lead. And now a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Smart kicks to Brown. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Lobbed up there for Durant. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, you cannot let Kevin Durant have that much room to take off. This guy is tremendous as an alley-oop finisher.
They need this. Wanamaker misses. Nets leading by 5. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Now here's Smart. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Wanamaker the pass to Brown. And that one's drained from the low block. Brown's got 8 points.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Here's Wanamaker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen. The Celtics have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. And he makes the first.
The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization. And the Nets were on point throughout the process.
Nets leading by 3. Irving with it. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Here's LeVert. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Allen's got 4 points now in the quarter.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's Wanamaker. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Irving with it. Can't recover. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
To a certain extent, you like the aggressiveness, but that's 2 fouls already. Take a step back.
And the Celtics making a change here. Tatum's checked in. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Smart against LeVert. Smart passes to Tatum. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Chandler.
Make no mistake, this is a fundamentally sound player. Jason Tatum's skilled at drawing contact. And when you think about Brad Stevens, he has one thing he cites quite often. The quote is, toughness is being able to physically and emotionally perform your task through any condition. And boy, when you think about his teams, They have embodied that for most of his tenure.
And the first one at the line is good. And Doris, the Celtics seem like they lost a bit of that resiliency and some of that composure last season. How do you think they get that back?
I think, Kevin, it has to begin with their leaders. Those are the players you expect to set the tone with toughness and togetherness.
He doesn't get the second one.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
To the inside, Durant, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The shot misses. Good D by Irving. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Pass to LeVert. Shot on the wing, and it's good off the back rim and in. LeVert's got 7 points for the quarter.
Woo-hoo, Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Smart goes in. Yep, it counts.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Nets leading by 10. Pass to LeVert. Back to Irving. Uncovered. They grabbed their own miss. Well, the Celtics shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Smart dishes to Walker. He kicks it to Cantor. The Celtics working the ball around now. Tatum's shot is off. Brooklyn's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Durant with it. Now guarded by Smart. Over Tice. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. The Nets have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Well, Doris, you knew that his free agency would be one of the biggest stories of the summer. Everyone tried their best to land Kevin Durant.
And even considering the injury, anyone would be willing and able to take Kevin Durant on their roster. Why? Because when he's healthy, you become an immediate contender.
And that'll prompt Brad Stevens to break right here. Timeout taken.
There are very few players in the world who can do what Kevin Durant does. Under duress of the playoffs or a big moment in the game, Kevin Durant has the skill set and the mentality necessary to finish opponents off.
Brooklyn leading by 11. And here's Irving. The pass to Jordan. It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Jordan. Outside Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. Good on the triple. Irving's got 5 now. And that skill set of Durant's that, Doris, you just mentioned, there really is no comparison in the league.
I agree, Kevin. I mean, just to have that soft touch with that height he has is rare in itself. Now you think about the mobility and creativity to find a shot for himself or others in any situation. That is what makes him one of the all-time greats. You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 5. It's LeVert on the wing. Jordan the pass to KD. Fires for 3. Rebound Boston. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the dunk by Jordan.
Well, we've seen this 1 or 2 times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
Here's Tatum. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
The Nets have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Well, at 6'7", Doris, Karis LeVert describing himself as a point/shooting guard.
Well, why not? Because his slashing ability, his blinding speed off the dribble is really what makes him problematic. His burst is special, and it doesn't matter if he's going left or right.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
And that one falls for Smart. You know, Greg, defense are given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And you know what I love, Kevin, is Marcus Smart just continues to improve. We know he's a powerful athletic guard, but he wants to keep building different aspects of his game.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
And they pick up 2. Here's Dinwiddie. 8 points for him. Stolen by Walker. And here's the fast break. Walker leading the way, and he uses the glass on the layup. Walker's got 8 points in the quarter.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Nets leading by 12. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Harris. Back to Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. 14 feet away. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Walker. Banked in off the glass. Walker's got 21 in the game.
And that is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
Harris outside. Back to Dinwiddie. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Marcus Smart. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Dinwiddie. Doesn't go that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance.
No good on that one.
And on top of the talent, the physical ability, Williams, just a coachable kid and really picks things up quickly.
Rodions Kurucs, he's checked in for LeVert. Nets leading by 9. Now Dinwiddie, 8 points for him. Harris looking it over. Back to Dinwiddie. Over Brown. That one wide left.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Hayward against Harris. Jordan kicks to Harris. Back to Jordan. Passes to Karuch. Boom, he jams it straight down.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Walker. And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Nets leading by 8. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Did you catch that?
I got it.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. How about that first half, fellas? Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 blocks. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Durant is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Now here's LeVert. Jordan inside. He's against Cantor. 4 seconds left, and Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got 6.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
Here's Walker. Lays it up off the glass.
Just doing what he can. He's competing and he's converting.
And he has really kept them in this one, Greg. A high effort level. Now the rest of the team has got to step up.
Here's Irving. Outside, KD. Buries it from 3-point range. Durant's got 26.
Well, we know he's got takeover ability, and Kevin Durant is cooking right now.
Walker against Irving. Walker the pass to Smart. Pass to Tice. Shoots over KD. Tice, no good.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end. Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
I love when Jason Tatum is aggressive to score the basketball. He does a tremendous job keeping his focus.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%. So no doubt he's pleased with that.
Shot.
And that one falls for Tatum.
And for the Nets, team dinners. You go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here.
Now here's Smart after the miss from KD. There's the pass to Tice. Walker in the corner. Stolen by Durant. Chandler dishes to Durant. Irving for three. Shot clock reset for the Nets. Jordan can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 10. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Tice with the ball. KD's on him. Tatum on the wing. Shot clock at 5. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 3 assists in the game. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Smart. Irving with it. He's got 5. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Up top, Walker. He's covered by Irving. Here's Cantor. That shot off. Good D by Jordan. Nets leading by 7. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Irving. Shoots over Walker. And he overshot that one, missing. Austin's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And it's sent back by KD.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
Irving passes to LeVert. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Enes Kanter. And before his scary foot dislocation in November of 2018, Karis LeVert enjoying a breakout season. Greg even garnering some most improved buzz around the NBA.
Yeah, and fortunately, the injury not as bad as it looked initially. Yeah, he's looking to continue that impressive trajectory.
First one falls for him.
And Kevin, last season there were a couple of glaring deficiencies for the Celtics. I thought they had a problem with shot selection. Too often I thought they settled for pull-up jumpers. They did not exploit their length to get into the paint, nor did they exploit their ability to get to the free throw line. And ultimately that really cost them.
And with the Celtics last season, Doris, one of the league's lowest rate of free throws attempted and bottom 7 in offensive rebounding.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They had a couple of players coming off of surgeries, knee troubles. Sometimes that can make you hesitant to mix it up on the interior. But boy, if you want to win, you've got to get to the free throw line and you've got to get to the offensive glass.
And the Nets with possession here after the basket by Boston. Nets passing it around. Clock at 4. Chandler inside the line. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Chandler's got 5 points so far. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing here by 8. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Nets have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Outside, KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
I tell you, very few players are as smooth and as easy as Kevin Durant is on the move. He just glides around the floor.
Here's Wanamaker. 6 points for him. Here's Tatum. And Jordan sends it back.
And they continue to control the glass.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Allen's checked in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for Karis LeVert. Walker against Irving. And it's Walker penetrating. The rebound by the Nets. Durant's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And a wide open look for Irving. His three-pointers off the mark. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Walker. Good work defensively by KD.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Some changes for Boston. Gordon Hayward comes in for Daniel Tice. And it's Brown in for Brad Wanamaker. Walker finds Kanter. Jordan with the rebound. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
And here's Walker. Following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Here's Irving. 8 points for him. Passes it to Durant. Allen trying to break free. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 11 rebounds in the game. Brown. They get it back. Floats one up. And it's good. 2 points. Brown's got 12 in the game.
Well, can we remember Jaylen Brown's got a 7-foot wingspan? That's an easy second chance opportunity.
At the elbow, it's Allen. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Nets lead by 11.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Harris is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Brooklyn leading by 11. Outside Irving. Outside KD. Goes up at the stripe. And Boston with the rebound. Kanter's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Tatum drives in. Down low. Irving with the steal. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Rodions Kurucs in for Kyrie Irving. Here now is Dinwiddie. He's got 8. Allen kicks to Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. Looking to get back on track here. Misses off the right iron. Celtics trail by 11. Brown the pass to Hayward. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Walker the pass to Brown. The shot's good. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Here's Dinwiddie following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Dinwiddie passes to Harris. Inside. Here's Karuch. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Karuch has got his second basket of the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Walker. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Prince. Here's Karuch, defended by Hayward. And it's Karuch missing.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Brown drives in, and the lead is down inside single digits. Brown's got 16 points.
Yeah, this is the very definition of feeling it. Jaylen Brown taking smart shots and playing perfectly within the team schemes.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 8 points for him. Harris outside. Back to Allen. Kicks to Harris. Here's Karuch, guarded by Walker. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. And that'll be his third foul so far. And the Nets making a change here. Irving's checked in. Celtics trail by 9.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Hayward, and it goes down 2 points. He's got 5.
Pretty good quickness from the agile Gordon Hayward, effortlessly to the rim with that athleticism.
1:33 left in the third quarter. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Here's Dinwiddie after Gordon Hayward's bucket. And the pass to Irving. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game, an absolute torture for a defender to guard.
Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Walker. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
What's incredible to me is Kyrie Irving at 6'3". Does he possess incredible eye-popping athleticism? No. But he can create his own shot anytime he wants, and his finishing ability is as good as it gets in the NBA.
Now here's Williams. Down low. Here's Hayward. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 9 points for Gordon Hayward.
And so far are going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Nets leading by 8. Now here is Irving. He's got 13. Pass to Harris. 20 seconds left in the third. Allen drives in.
Oh, my goodness, you better step back when Jared Allen is that close to the cup. What a dunk.
Irving against Smart. Excellent D there from Allen.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And so it's Brooklyn with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And a look at the five for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Then it's Marcus Smart. Then it's Williams. And it's Poirier in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Hayward gets it to go.
We know this about Gordon Hayward. He can score from three, he can get to the mid-range, and he can score if you allow him that kind of interior position.
Nets leading by 8. Outside Irving. Passes it to Harris. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
Well, how about the mid-range game? Joe Harris knows they're going to run him off the three-point line, so he's showing you what else he has.
Smart on the wing. He's covered by Irving. Brown against Dinwiddie. Smart trying to break free, and it's Brown missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Here's Smart. He's off on that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Nets leading by 10. Dinwiddie outside. The dish to Jordan. Chandler outside. The three-pointer off the mark. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Brown, good.
And Kevin, Jaylen Brown thrives when it comes to scoring through contact. This is a guy who is constantly looking to initiate that body contact with the defense.
It's the Nets now. And the foul on Marcus Smart. And that'll be his third foul so far. So for the Nets, KD's checked in for Jared Allen. And it's LeVert in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. A shot's good from Irving.
Well, this is the beauty of Kyrie Irving. You think of him as a creator, but this guy in a catch and shoot just as lethal.
Brown against LeVert. Outside, Smart. 18 feet out. It's not going to go for him. Chandler with the defensive effort. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 10-point lead.
Well, Kevin Durant goes right up with it. Doesn't give the defense a chance to react.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He got on them. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player. in our league.
Now Chandler. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer, they didn't go. And it's Irving missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
That free throw, no good.
Well, Gordon Hayward seems to get better and better every year this guy is in the NBA. And the thing maybe that's my favorite about him, he does whatever is requested to put the team in a position to win.
Now, here is Irving. He kicks it to Jordan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season, remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
Now, here's Brown. Hayward outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Well, Kevin, I just love how Gordon Hayward has become so crafty on the interior. He really just keeps the defense off balance.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, why was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
Hayward hits them both.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And Brown throws it down hard.
I tell you, when Brown is running like that, it's hard to stop him. This guy is superb at beating defenders up the floor.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Pass to LeVert. To the paint, and stolen by Hayward. And a fast break now for the Celtics. And Jordan sends it back.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
LeVert the pass to Chandler. And there's the pass to Jordan. Rebound Boston. Outside, Smart. Over Jordan. Another shot. Here's Williams. Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. They get the rebound. Celtics trail by 8. Left side, Brown. And that one drops.
Well, Jaylen Brown making it look easy right now. How about the strength in the post? It was like the defense wasn't even there, Kevin.
The Nets have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. The shot by Chandler, wide open. No good on the 3.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Nifty move. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
What I love about Marcus Smart is every single trip up the floor, this guy is going to be in your grill, and it cannot be a pleasant experience to have this man guarding you.
And that defensive pressure of Smart will wear you down, Doris, over the course of a game.
Kevin, it takes its toll because his combination of athleticism, strength, and motor makes him an absolute monster on the defensive end.
That free throw, no good. And the Celtics making a change here. Tatum's checked in. And he sinks the second. Brooklyn leading by 5. Timeout called, the Nets.
And momentum going the other way. Can they find some answers?
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Cantor checked in for Robert Williams. And it's Kemba Walker in for Smart. On defense, the Celtics. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Lobs it up for Jordan. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Chandler kicks to Jordan. Nets passing it around. High arcing shot.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
He can't get it to go. Good D by Jordan. Irving against Walker. Pass to LeVert to stop the drought. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Nets lead by 6.
Well, you cannot allow Karis LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
And it's blocked by Jordan. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Nets leading by 6. Now Irving. Passes it to KD. Top of the key. Pulls in another board. This kind of effort is amazing.
And he will not be denied.
Well, you're allowing DeAndre Jordan to get comfortable. This guy is so efficient as a scorer.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys. Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. 1 shot.
And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Now, here is Irving. Durant with a wide open look. Offensive rebound. Jordan's shot is off. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Brown. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, you have got to appreciate how hard Jaylen Brown goes. Amazing how he gets defenders to foul him when he's going up with his shot.
Shoot 2.
Free throw good from Brown. No good on the second free throw.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
And it's LeVert missing. Celtics trail by 4. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And he makes the first. And Brown drops them both. Here's Irving. Some solid defense from Brown.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Now here's Durant. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Well, the 7-footer showing how easy it can be. And is Cantor aggressive.
Here's Irving. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
He's really taking care of the ball. That's just his first turnover of the night.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Finished off the break. LeVert's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
Listen, the defense of DeAndre Jordan pays dividends all over the floor. Whether it's a block, a steal, he gets the break started. This guy's such an impact defender.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. On the wing, Chandler. Jordan with it. Back to Chandler. From past the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 15 here tonight. They double team Walker. Smart wide open. He fires. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Nets trail by 5. And here is KD. Jordan inside. He's covered by Cantor. Out to Chandler. The 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Yeah, for a big man, DeAndre Jordan has such soft touch on his passes.
Walker dishes to Smart. Jacks up a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And the fans are so fired up after that triple that trimmed the lead at the other end. And now they are stunned.
Now here's Durant. Not a lot of room to the inside. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from DeAndre Jordan.
DJ with the fearless opportunity, boy. What a shot.
Outside Tatum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
Here's the teardrop, and that one's good. Irving.
Man, that is a good one. Kyrie really just comes alive when the game gets tight.
Outside, Smart. Outside, Walker. Dishes it to Tatum. Back to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good with the triple. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Here's Cantor. It drops.
Yeah, the defense had better watch out. He is starting to feel it.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They trail by 3. 41 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Boston. Irving passes to Jordan. Here's Durant. It's tipped. They double-team Walker. To the middle. Here's Smart. No good that time. Good D by Jordan. So it's Brooklyn now. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're leading by 1. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 2. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Free throw no good for Irving. Durant deciding where to go with it. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot, no good. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, what turned this game around tonight?
Came out with energy in the second half. I mean, after we had a little bit of a lull there, called a timeout and we regrouped and got it together. I thought we played well, shared the basketball. We regrouped.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a different team the second half. Thanks, Gordon. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.